Marc Buckley, COP28, Dubai, live. We're not at the COP though, we're at a side event. The address, Dubai Marina. It's a hotel and a mall, and we just came from the Al Gore Climate Reality Leadership reception. And it was absolutely fabulous. Two of my very good friends and climate reality leaders who have been leaders for a long time and doing amazing work around the world, Claudia and Raj. And I'd like to have you introduce yourselves, why you're here, and tell us about the fabulous new project you're working on.
Thank you so much, Mark. It's such a blessing to be here with all of you, with my president, the president of Indigenous Peoples for Climate Justice Forum. He represents a range between 20 and 100 million people, indigenous people, and together with him and together with the forest man of India, Jadav Payeng, and his daughter Munmuni Payeng, and Matteo Salerno, that is a student in Italy of 20 years old, we just founded the first Indigenous Impact Accelerator to scale up youth entrepreneurship. So you can feel that we are basically reverse the history here in a co-design of a smiling future, as this accelerator is named the Smily Academy. And Smily means a sustainable mindset and inner level for youth. Raj.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Claudia. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible to be here in Dubai, and with my old friend Mark, who I have known for so many years, and Claudia, who is the first global strategy head of the Indigenous Peoples Climate Justice Forum. And together we want to present this scalable, replicable business model for the youth of the world to reconnect with the earth, to learn from the traditional knowledge systems, the indigenous heritage from across the world. And we start with Assam, where we have over 100 indigenous communities who are still rooted to the ground, and we still grow and gather a majority of our food. We don't eat from the packets. We eat local and seasonal, and our health and immunity is connected to the biodiversity around us. And these are key questions, these are key earth-related issues that are missing from the urban conversations, especially the youth who are alienated from Mother Earth. We want to present a business model that brings us all together.
That's so amazing. Here, I'll give you this, Claudia. Really, we're here, 1.5Media, Innovators Magazine, Allied4Futures. It's all about the Paris Agreement. It's all about bringing together people, allied futures, rallying together. We're here at the Climate Reality Leaders reception, where it has brought us together, has brought over 50,000 people trained by Al Gore together. And this is a lot of controversy here at COP28 around fossil fuels, around lobbyists. And so we're going around asking the same question I asked you last year, a twist on a meme called a cup half full, which is the optimistic perspective, but it's a cup half full. What are both of yours, not only your fabulous project and what you're doing, but what's your optimistic perspective for COP28, and what are you hopeful and optimistic for with what's going forward?
Yes, so basically we start not from the fossil fuels as an effect of an extractive mindset. But if we shift to a regenerative mindset, then we will not need anymore the fossil fuels, because we just will understand that we need to integrate the definition of sustainability. We still are using the 3 dimension of sustainability, whose root is in 1965. And in the current situation, we definitely need the 4th dimension of sustainability, the inner dimension, as the United Nations Development Program COFSA, Conscious Food Systems Alliance, actually state from many time, from 1 year, on December 14, this will be their birthday. So to answer your question, as Al Gore said, we don't have any other option than succeed in this. And we all are doing this, like having the diversity and planting not only trees, as our founder, the Forest Man of India, did in 40 years in Assam, in the northern East India, but planting a new human consciousness where he planted trees. Otherwise, that forest will die as humanity.
That's a great question and a great response from Claudia. And I'd just like to add that, yeah, first of all, it's very important that we start considering the human lives that are being lost around the world due to the climate crisis. In my region, in the Eastern Himalayas, we are seeing unprecedented landslides, and we are also seeing loss of human lives from human-elephant conflicts and other wildlife encounters as well, all been driven by climate change. At the same time, we also must understand that the primary driver of all these is the fossil fuels. So the success of the COP depends on an agreement to phase out the fossil fuels, as our chairman, Al Gore, just put it at the reception. Beyond that, we also need to think about how people who never contributed to the climate crisis in the first place, who never contributed to the emissions in the first place, now need to be taken care of. So we need the just transition, we need the adaptation and mitigation funds, and we need to ensure that our future generations develop that inner level consciousness and the mindset for understanding that Mother Earth needs the youth and the future generations to work on scalable, replicable models that do not exploit the natural resources and are naturally and always, forever, eternally sustainable.
Amazing. Thank you so much. The last and hardest question I have for both of you is a question that I've asked well over 3,500 people. It's a very old question. It's about 70 years old. It's been circulating around the United Nations and other international organizations. It's the question, what does a world that works for everyone look like for you, Claudia? What does a world that works for everyone look like for you?
I would leave the floor to Raj because I want to think about.
For me, that's the ideal world, the utopia that everybody talks about, where all the resources are equitably divided and each and everybody has the equal opportunities. Man, women, age, castes, place of birth are no longer important. All of us are united, just like the tigers, the rhinos, they are one race, one animal. Just like that, all of us humans are one animal, and that's the future we want to see, where each and every one of us has the equal opportunity, equal rights, and we are able to live an equitable life.
So yes, my answer is the world, the future can be smiling, as we say, if people feel the connection they have with themselves. We are completely broken. Not only the Gen Z, as we read in the report, but we all are broken. And the connection with the others, all humanity, despite boundaries, as in the Climate Reality Project, it is happening. And with the soil, the planet. So when United Nations speaks about One Health, what is good for the planet is good for me, they basically mean that the future world will feel this connection that goes behind any other current KPI. So let's change the metrics here and let's change the dimension of sustainability. Let's co-design a different regenerative development model.
I love it. One last thing before we say goodbye, I would like to just understand, or let our listeners understand, how many Indigenous people or possibilities, opportunities are there to represent, and can you rally together to be represented? I think that ties a lot to what you want to do and what you are doing. And so I would like to kind of wrap our heads around this, and also what that means for the world.
So Indigenous peoples represent the 5% of the world population, protecting, and they are the custodians of the 85% of biodiversity. So I will give you a personal example. I am the first, as my president said, Western person leading the strategic cooperation. Do you think I'm not scared of like doing something different from the history we are used to? I'm very scared. I really want to serve people that are living with an average of $5 per day, and they are the richest persons in the world, in my opinion, as they have health, biodiversity, and nature. I am scared. And I am scared of some bias that Indigenous people can have toward a Western person leading the international strategic cooperation. Well, I was wrong with my bias. I can tell you my personal experience is that 100% of Indigenous populations I am speaking with, they are absolutely happy to cooperate peer-to-peer with a Western person, because they see that diversity and they embody sometimes diversity is the most important seed to feed that new human consciousness. So yes, we will involve all the Indigenous peoples, and from my observatory of a unique position I have, we already are doing it with the Smily Academy and with Indigenous Peoples Climate Justice Forum.
Amazing, absolutely beautiful. 1.5 Media, Innovators Magazine, and Allied Futures. We're so glad to have talked to Raj and Claudia. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful COP and much success on the new ventures, and we'll see a lot more of each other. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much.